The earliest thing you can remember? I will bet for most of you, your earliest memory would be from about age of 3, right? Well, that's true for most adults. We can't remember anything that happened before the age of 3, and this phenomenon is so widespread and well documented, it has a name. It's called childhood amnesia, and it was first documented in 1983. As I said, this phenomenon refers to adults not being able to remember the childhood incidents. It's not the children trying to remember events from last month or last years. Of course, you follow that if you can remember incidents as your child, you probably won't remember as an adult. Okay? So why this? What is the reason for childhood amnesia? Well, one popular explanation was that childhood memories are repressed and memories are disturbing, so that as adults we keep them embarrassing. We can call them, and this is based on that is not based on the kind of theories in the lab testing we are going to talk about today. So let's put that experiment aside and concentrate on just two. Okay? It could be that children we do form memories of things prior to age 3, but forget as we get grow older. That's one explanation. Another possibility is that children younger than 3 lack some cognitive capacity for memory. And that idea that children are unable to form memories that has been the dominant theory for psychology for the past 100 years. And this idea is very much tied to things. The theories of Jean Piaget and also to language development in children. So, Piaget's theory of cognitive development, Piaget suggested that because they don't have language, children younger than 18, 22 for months live in their here and now. That is, they lack the meaning to symbolically represent objects and events that are not physically present. Everybody get that? Piaget proposed that young children don't have a way to represent things that aren't right in front of them. That's what language does, right? Words represent things, ideas. Once language started to develop for about age 2, they do have a system for symbolic representation and can talk about the things which aren't in their immediate environment, including the past. Of course, he didn't claim that infants don't have any sort of memory. It's acknowledged that they can recognize some stimuli like faces. And for many years, this model was very much in favor in psychology, even though memory tests were never performed on young children. Well, finally, in the 1980s, a study was done, and this study shows that very young children under the age of 2 do have the capacity for recall. Now, if children cannot talk, how was the recall tested? Well, that's a good question. His capacity for recall has always been linked to his ability to talk. So the researchers set up an experiment using imitation-based tasks. The adult uses appropriate toys to demonstrate action that has two steps. The children were asked to implement the steps immediately and then here again after the children were asked to imitate the steps immediately and then here again after the delay of 1 or more months. And even after a delay, the children couldn't code or replicate the action. They would have to use the steps involved and the ordered steps. Even children with young 9 months. Now, tests showed that there was a faster way to forgetting among the youngest children. But most importantly, the children can develop or recall did not depend on language development. And that was important finding. I guess I should add that some finding don't say that there are no connection between the development of language and memory. There is some evidence that being able to talk about the event does see having a stronger memory of them. But doesn't show the real issue here. So back to the question about the cause of childhood amnesia. Well, there is something called the rate of forgetting, and the childhood amnesia memory reflects a high rate of forgetting. In other words, children under the age of 3 do form memories and do some with the language, but they forget the memories at first rate, probably faster than adults do. Researchers have set standard sort of an expected rate of forgetting, but that expected rate was set based on the test done on the adult. So what is the rate of forgetting for children under the age of 3? We expect it to be high, but the test disproved this rarely have been done yet.